What is up, everybody? Skratch coming up with another Raid Shadow Legends video. Plarium released the Fusion calendar, guys, and I gotta say it, honestly, I really didn't thought that I will be in this situation, but here I am. I think I'm going to skip this Fusion as well, so 2 Fusions skipped back to back. Pretty damn crazy thinking about it, and the reason for it is, it seems like this is the hardest Fusion of the entire year, guys, okay? It seems like it's a very extreme Fusion all around, and most probably, if you don't have the resources to complete it, you're gonna have to skip it, or at least be aware in what you're walking into. This Fusion doesn't allow you to skip any sort of events, and some of them might be very extreme in terms of how many points you require in order to put your hand on the rare champion. So let's have a quick look at the calendar. We're gonna go over the events. I'm gonna show you the champion, and we're gonna have a second thought about it. We have the base stats now. We can see everything about the champion. Is it really worth it for some people to get it? This is not a fragment fusion, guys. Keep that in mind. Classic fusions are harder because they require more resources. They require you to level up champions. They require you to rank them up. They require you to ascend them, okay? So you need extra chickens, extra energy to level them up, extra energy to farm the potions that you need in order to ascend the champions. So if we're gonna have a quick look at the Fusion calendar right here, we're actually going to see that this time around we don't actually earn an epic from any events whatsoever, guys, okay? How I mentioned, we cannot skip anything. We're gonna have to summon in the Summon Rush, in the Champion Chase tournaments. We're gonna have to complete every single event, okay? Unless you're getting lucky and you are pulling maybe a couple of the rare champions, maybe you're pulling one of the epic champions that is being used for the fusion. But if you want to fuse it, you're not going to get any of the epic champions to keep on the side, and you cannot skip any of the events. So if we're going to have a quick look at the dates, the fusion is going all the way up to Wednesday, the 9th of November. So that's roughly 2 weeks. We have the Fire Knight tournament right here. We have the very first artifact enhancement event. And seems like we're getting 2 rares from the champion training event, which we're going to check in just a second to see if it's as crazy as the previous fusion, where we needed to do like 9 or 10k points to get 1 freaking rare champion, which was pretty crazy. Then we have the champion chase tournament starting tomorrow with the 2x sacreds and the 10x. We have another classic arena takedown. We have the dungeon divers, which starts on Saturday together with arena. And then on Sunday, we have the spider tournament. When you are completing one of the tournaments like spider, the ice golem, fire knight, dragon, keep in mind you're probably going to need at a minimum 2,500 energy farming stage 20 or 25 in order to be able to get the required amount of points to collect a rare champion. Maybe even more. Maybe you need up to 3,000. It really depends on the RNG, you know. Then for the artifact enhancement events, we have 3 of those. You're gonna need quite a bit of silver. Now, if you're not aiming to complete them all, to go all the way in and collect all the rewards and just stop at the rare champions, you don't need to use 20 million silver every event, you know what I mean? But it's still very costly in terms of silver. I'm just kind of like trying to make you guys understand that we cannot skip anything. We literally need to have spot on, to be spot on with the resources. If you're gonna complete everything all the way to the end and you're gonna miss one event and miss a rare champion, that's it. You cannot do the fusion, and it's very disappointing to be in that situation. I'm just trying to make sure that you guys know what to expect and you're kind of like thinking about your resources. For the arena ones, those are pretty easy. But then we are talking about the champion training events, and we have the champion training tournament. So we can actually check that in game right now. If we're gonna go to the champion training tournament event, we're getting the very first rare at 3,500 points, the second one at 9,350 points. So those are a lot of campaign runs, guys. Okay, we gotta farm a lot of campaign. We gotta level up quite a few champions in order to get this done. So probably you need to use three 3 to 5k energy, I would say, in order to get both of these done, to get both of these rares. Then you have the champion training tournament as well, which again will take you at around 3 to 4,000 energy, most probably. So you're gonna be banking on around 20k energy easily so far just by completing all this. Then the artifact enhancement this is pretty standard. It's usually at around 4,000 points, so you still have to level up quite a few pieces of gear, you see. Leveling up 10 pieces at 6 star, it gives you roughly enough points to get it. So you need 10 pieces at 6 star on the average cost for a 1 piece is in between 1.5 to 2 point something million silver to do it. So that's well over 10 to 15 million silver to level up the gear in order to get one artifact enhancement done. So how I mentioned, you're probably gonna need at around 40 plus millions of silver in order to do that as well. I'm just telling you this are off my head, you know. Probably I might be a bit off, up or down with the resources that I'm telling you, but just as an approximation. Then we need to open shards, okay? So we have the champion chase tournament, which starts tomorrow. We need probably around 4 legendaries to get a rare champion. So we need to summon around 4 legendaries, or you need to get tons of epic champions in order to get it done. 1 legendary gives you 500 points, 1 epic gives you 250. So roughly, I would say around 8 sacred shards for the champion chase tournament. Then for the summon rush, you're gonna need pretty much around the same 7 to 8 sacred shards. Do the conversion in points for the other ones. 1 void gives you 120 points. It really depends what you're summoning, epics or rares. Considering that tomorrow we have 2x sacreds, it makes sense to open sacreds. And we're gonna have a 10x on Friday the 4th with the summon rush. So then you're gonna be more flexible with what shards you're opening, you know. But that's the problem. This is the hardest fusion, no doubt, that we had in 2022, okay? Is it really worth it? Now, is this champion really going to change anyone's account? Is it really worth it to go all in and throw all your resources that you saved to get this Halloween fusion done? So we have Morrigaine. She looks freaking awesome as a champion, don't get me wrong. She's pretty amazing design-wise. Base stats, she has 19,000 HP, almost 20k. 1.2k defense, almost 112 speed. So her base speed is actually pretty nice. What can we do with this champion? Like, what exactly is this champion going to do for our team? On the A1, we have decreased speed. That's going to be great for the Iron Twins Fortress. It's not 100% guaranteed. She doesn't bring any revives. She's not going to carry your team. The A2, fully booked, because she needs the books in order to get the most out of it. You're gonna have a 100% chance to land True Fear on all enemies, and you're gonna steal the buffs from a target enemy. The A3, on a 4 turn cooldown, fully booked, which this is kind of like the main thing that holds me down. Like, why is this not a 3 turn cooldown? This would have been so much better. So you're boosting the Thermeter by 20%, but only if you have this champion fully booked will be 100% chance. So one thing you need to consider, she needs the books in order to work properly. If no, she's just gonna be RNG. Just imagine having her in arena and counting on her to decrease the Thermeter, and it's only a 75% chance it's gonna fail. She's gonna fill your Thermeter by 20% and give you increased speed, which is nice. But then if we're gonna have a quick look at a different champion after we're checking the aura, this is a 19% speed, okay? And then we have heal reduction on the passive, which is not that crazy. But if you're gonna go all the way here at Barbarians, and you're gonna look at the very first free epic champion you're getting in the game, High Katun. How big of a difference we having here, right? Like, this is an epic champion free. We're getting it very early. Probably by the time you're gonna get to complete the fusion, you already leveled up a High Katun for your account, if you haven't spent money to summon some crazy champions. Ally speed in all battles by 19, the same. We have fills the Thermeter of all allies by 15% instead of 20, and places increased speed buff on all allies for 2 turns on a 3 turn cooldown. Not a 4 turn cooldown, is a 3 turn cooldown. Then we have the A3, attacks all enemies, fully booked, will have a chance to decrease 15% of the target's Thermeter. So Will that A2 really justify it for us to go in and fuse the champion, the hardest fusion of the year? I probably don't think so. So even for progression, if you have the resources and it's not a hassle for you to get a fusion done, of course, go and do it. It's always good to get the legendaries because, hey, basically they're almost like guaranteed legendaries. You know what you're getting for the fusion event if you're putting in the time, the resources. But if you don't have the resources, or if you're really at the limit, you might think about it. Maybe save shards for guaranteed events or something. We might be getting better champions. But that's all for this video, guys. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Are you going to skip this fusion, or you're going to do it? Much love, appreciate all of you guys watching, and I'll catch you all soon in the next one. Peace.